Hey there, Instagram. Madzook Joe here. Thanks for tuning in, and I want to let you know that I really appreciate all of your comments and the direct messages, and I really enjoy the feedback that I'm getting, and I'm glad that you are finding some use from this content that we're generating. As I mentioned a few weeks ago, we're new to the online space. We're okay with that, and I'm going to keep trying to get better for you. So just keep watching, and let's keep getting better together, okay? Because remember, best is temporary. Be better. That applies to me as well as to you, as to all around the globe. All right, so today our topic of discussion is going to be memory, a very important cognitive function. And many times people will say to you, oh, I can't remember, or what was that thing again, or boy, I don't remember how to do this. And you know that there's a memory, but you don't really know what it is or how it works. So at Madzook, we like to take you a little deeper, and so I'm going to get into the types of memory, okay? Some of you out there go raising your hand going, oh, Joe, I know, short-term, long-term. You're correct, this much, all right? So the first three types of memory that we're going to deal with are going to be the sensory memory, okay? So don't touch the hot stove when you're a kid, ouch, right? Maybe you winked at the wrong girl, and, oop, got a little bit of a smack, all right? So this sensory memory generally lasts less than 1 second, okay? Now we step into the short-term memory. The short-term memory is stuff we can process quickly. We get into like heuristics and schematic design and a lot of really deep psychological reasoning for our short-term memory being quicker on the release. But the short-term memory is a 1 minute or less process. Now we advance to the long-term memory, the long term. And generally, as a basic rule, my philosophy in life is you should always set up whatever you're going to set up with the long term in mind. Unfortunately for our memories, it doesn't exactly work like that. Sometimes they'll record them and there'll be barriers or blocks or unconscious mechanisms that cause us to repress memories. So you get into some things that aren't really the case here. So the general term for long-term memory is going to be it lasts a lifetime. Now, there are exceptions, but for today, we want to look at long-term memory as lasting a lifetime. Okay? So your long-term memory, now it brackets and it drops down. And so you go into what's called explicit memory. Explicit memory is your conscious memory. You can recall it through your long term, and you recorded it while you were awake, right? While you were conscious. So maybe that conversation you had with the boss, or maybe that game you were playing and that move that you made, or maybe, when you saw that girl smile at you, maybe when you realized you actually made a huge mistake in the choice that you made in your life. These things come back to you because you did them consciously. You consciously told that lie. You consciously decided to avoid that situation. So these are explicit memories, okay? So the next level, the next over, are implicit memories. And implicit memories aren't consciously born. They are from your subconscious. So your implicit memory will happen unconsciously to you. So maybe that dream, hitting the lottery, the big snake chasing you. Maybe the time that you had a little too much to drink and you didn't quite exactly remember how you got home, but you got home. Your brain knows it. There's an implicit memory in there. So a lot of hypnosis practitioners operate on implicit memory because basically they're going to pull out what you remembered in your unconscious mind. So maybe you go into the store and something happens in that store and you don't exactly remember what happened, but you remember you were there shopping for bread. So a hypnosis practitioner may walk you through the type of bread, what aisle you were in, what did it smell like in there, and they're going to try to draw you into the conscious from your unconscious mind. So they're going to try to use your implicit memory to make some kind of... So once that transfer takes place and or you're using explicit memory, remember, explicit memory are the ones we do with our conscious thought. Okay, so now we get into what's called a declarative memory, all right? So declarative memory is a fact, some type of event, something that we know is accurate or we believe is accurate. Okay, so Johnny said this and it made me do this because I was upset. Or Jill said this to me and it really made me feel good on Saturday. So these are facts, the specifics. So this is a declarative memory, okay? When you go back into the trail of the implicit memory, the unconscious memory, now you're going to start getting into procedural memory. Now, once again, as a performance enhancement specialist, as someone that wants to help you with personal development, I'm going to dwell in these procedural memories. So I want to program into your unconsciousness, or I want to show you methods to utilize your unconscious, your implicit memories, so that we can better create your skill enhancement. Because you're going to now have procedural memory. So you're going to start, muscle memory, or when we practice, remember, perfect practice equals perfect play. Okay, so as I'm swinging that bat or swinging my golf club, or I'm a fighter and I'm jabbing, if I'm constantly jabbing wrong, I'm procedurally processing that through my subconscious. Maybe I'm thinking about my jab every time, okay, but can you really do that in the middle of a melee or a sport bout or a fight or any other skill that you need this type of memory for? So the procedural memories are all about the skills and the tasks that you perform. So we want to use repetition. We want to get you in the zone. It's widely known that Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, they would go in and shoot 10,000 shots a day. And Bruce Lee has a famous saying, "I'm not afraid of the man that knows 10,000 kicks. I'm afraid of the man that has practiced one kick 10,000 times," right? Because he's going to be damn good at that kick, right? It's going to become automatic for them. So this is procedural memory. This happens in the unconscious mind, and this is how we will enhance your performance, okay? Now, once we go back to the declarative memory, hate to keep switching you back and forth, but it travels this way, all right? And memories within our mind can go back and forth. They will bridge, because we will need to take them from the unconscious into the conscious. There's different purposes and different reasoning for each memory, hence why there's so many names. So now back in the conscious world, in our declarative memory, we're going to branch down again. And here's where we're going to have episodic memory, all right? So we're going to remember episodes. We're going to remember specific parts of an event. I'm a big Tiesto fan, and I'm here in Phuket, Thailand. I went and saw Tiesto a couple years ago. And while I was watching him, of course, there's 3 or 4 songs that I remember that he played. And then there's some that were older songs I remember that he played. And then I don't even remember the rest of the songs that he played. Right? Because I had an episodic memory. I remembered the ones that were important or meant something to me. So we're going to remember events and life experiences, episodic memory. Semantic memory, the final one. Semantic memory is the facts and the concepts. What is the name of them? What do we call this? How do I apply this as important to me? What is the fact as I see it, and what does the concept mean for me? All right, so in summary of memory, so we've got the sensory memory, less than 1 second, happens now. We've got the short-term memory, something we recall in less than a minute. We have the long-term memory. It can be from a minute all the way through your lifetime. We have explicit memory, which takes us into the conscious thinking. We have implicit memory, which is the unconscious thinking. We have declarative memory, which accounts for facts and events. We have procedural memory, accounts for the skills and the tasks that we need to perform. We have episodic memory, which accounts for events and, most important, life experiences. And we have semantic memory, which are the facts and the concepts as they present themselves to us. Okay, be sure to check out www.madzook.com, read the blog, send me an email, private message. You can hit me on any channel you want. I'm here to talk to you when you're ready to level up.